Hi, I'm Pam with the Home Gurus of Keller Williams Realty.
And I'm Ashton with the Home Gurus of Keller Williams Realty.
So, Ashton, today is lunch and learn. Are you
Yeah,
excited?
so excited.
What do you want to learn today?
I want to learn about retirement in the market.
Okay, well, let's talk about those different things. So, we good thing we're going to do the market and talk about retirement and the housing update. So, what? Let me ask you this: what have you been seeing lately?
I've been seeing interest rates have dropped. I've heard.
Tell me more about that.
So they've dropped to a 6.5%.
Roughly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's give or take.
Yeah.
Right?
And then I've heard the Feds are supposed to drop it 3 more times.
Oh wow, that's going to be so much fun. So, what do you anticipate happening in the market when that does?
A lot more people are going to want to be buying homes.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah. And right now, what do you think everybody's doing like this weekend? What do you think that everybody's prepping for?
The snow.
Oh yes, yeah. You know, we've heard there's supposed to be a lot of snow going on. So, what are you doing to prep for that snow?
Well, we've got food. We've been saving up food. We got our heaters going and just the regular stuff. Pam, what are
Yes.
you doing?
Well, so that's really funny that you asked. I own a home,
Mhm.
Ashton, and so and I've been telling a lot of my clients this. Go ahead and prep your house for the cold weather. So sometimes you want to put covers over your spigots outside so that they don't freeze. You know, and here's another really good tip. When the temperatures drop, and normally we get cold weather down here, right? We just don't get that negative
Yeah.
crazy numbers. I feel like we just moved to the north somehow. Toto came. I mean, the Wizard of Oz and tornado took us, Toto to Kansas and further up than that. But what I would say is at night, open the cabinet doors so that you have the heat on in the house. So open those cabinet doors so the heat can circulate under your cabinets, and then leave your faucets dripping. Here's what I learned. In 2021 when we had this kind of cold weather, because we've not really ever had the negatives. I found out that a lot of my clients only turned on let their cold water drip. However, because most of our hot water tanks are upstairs and it's very cold in attics, they had their hot water lines freeze.
So you need to put your warm water or hot water on?
You want to drip your hot water along with your cold water, just a little drip. There's aha for today.
I didn't even know that.
Yes, that would be a really good thing to do. Now then, how many people own cars that you know?
Everybody?
Have you done anything to your car yet?
Not at all.
Okay. Well, a good thing to do, maybe put a blanket in the back of your car.
I do have a blanket. I do have a blanket in my car.
What about ice scraper for your windshield?
I do not have that.
You might want to do that. And for all our diesel loving friends out there, remember this weather is not your friend. And so you want to add some additives of your mechanic's choice. Don't trust me, I'm just a girl. So add that additive to your diesels, and then you might want to find that block heater and get that extension cord ready for your diesels as well. So tidbits of the day for this upcoming weather. So now back to regular scheduled programming. But okay, so let's talk about just some different things of the market. So let me ask you this. You're amazing at doing this. Way better than I am.
Yeah.
I am ancient over here, number one. But when we market houses, like when we put houses out there for sale, we do the traditional ways, right? Like most agents do. So we put it in our multiple listing service, and then we call our clients and tell them about it, right? Some other things that we do when we list a house, what are those?
So we post your house all over social media, everywhere. We'll make a video for it. We'll make pictures. Everybody's gonna see your house, especially if I'm on that social media account. Everybody's gonna see it. I'm gonna make sure I blow everybody's social media up with it.
Yes, definitely. This is my queen of social media right here, which I'm telling you, I absolutely love it because she goes out there. Now she makes the cutest little TikTok videos and everything else. One day she might teach me, or maybe one day we'll go together and she'll let me do it with her because I think they're so much fun. But she goes in and she shows you every piece of that house. I mean, everything. So you get basically a showing without even getting out of your car. out of your house. So let me ask you this. If it's cold this week and you want to see a house, what would you do? Ashton?
Go to my social media or go to the Home Gurus Facebook page, and we'll have tons of videos.
So you can see what we have listed in different houses and all of those things. So that's one way to kind of browse the market right now. You can also reach out to us and ask us about it, because if we don't have one, maybe we can rush and get one done for you really quickly. So we do that, social media. So other things that we do.
We hold open houses.
Okay, we'll talk about that in just a minute. But so what's another thing? We also call around, don't we?
Yeah, we call around, and our goal is to help find buyers or find people who would want the house.
And who's the best person to know? Who's the best person to find a buyer for your house? Your neighbors. You know why?
Why?
Because they want to pick very good neighbors. That's what I love about my neighborhood, calling around, because sometimes we door knock when it's not cold.
Yeah.
We door knock and we ask them, who do you know? Because wouldn't you like to pick your neighbor if you saw your house, the house next door to you for sale? Wouldn't you? Yeah. So you knew it was your friends or family. I do know that one of our team members, she went in, actually Jennifer, the head of our team, she went into one neighborhood, moved her daughter in there. And then also, I think it was another 2 or 3 houses in there of other friends. So now they have a little compound like that. And I'm not gonna lie, even our neighborhood, mine and my sister's neighborhood, is like that. We know pretty much everybody, and a lot is family and a lot of friends right there that we all live together. So that's what's really fun about the way we work differently. We don't just do several little things. We are very proactive, right?
And we send out letters in the mail.
Oh, this is true too. We do. So we really get your marketing out there. Plus, Keller Williams is an international company.
Yeah.
So we make sure that
everybody knows.
Everybody from here to Dubai is going to know your house is for sale, right? And we market it on 100,000 websites worldwide. Another thing you might want to do is to know where it's marketed. So do you know what the top 3 app search engines are for housing?
Well, I'm assuming Zillow.
Okay.
We got Redfin. And then what's the other one?
Realtor.com is a really good one.
I know I was missing one.
Well, and so we pay the extra money as the Home Guru, it's Keller Williams. We pay the extra money to get you on that Realtor.com. So just keep in mind that you do want to make sure you know all the websites your house is going to be put on. So that's one extra step, extra layer that we do. Remember, we do the normal. We put you in the MLS, but we also do tons of social media networking for you. We also do internet advertising for you. The other thing that we do, we hire a professional photographer. Yes. And so what I normally hear from our photographer, from our clients, that when he goes out.
How good the pictures are?
Yes. Like, Pam, the house is so pretty. I would live in it. Well, you should. It's yours.
Yeah.
I mean, the real fun about it is that they actually know. And he doesn't ever doctor the pictures. I promise y'all, we don't doctor our pictures. The only thing I would ever change in a picture, if it's a gray sky outside, it's cloudy, gloomy looking, I do like it to have sunshine.
Yeah.
Everybody's a little happier in the sunshine. So, okay. And then, we get asked this question a lot too when we go out. How long do our listings stay on the market?
Yeah. I feel like you might be very interested in this one, Pam.
Well, that all depends, right?
Yeah.
It is going to depend on price point. And so really, that would be a discussion. I would sit down and have a real talk with you. Some people need a certain amount, period, or it's not worth moving. And so I can't help that. But some people do. If I can get in and do what I need to do, and we come to agreement on that, it does not stay on the market very long. Right now, about 2 weeks at the max. Okay. Yeah.
Just 2 weeks?
Well, for it to be under contract.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I think if they do. And so let me ask you this: what makes us really, really special?
We are a team. So not only do you have me or Pam working with you, you'll have a whole support system behind you.
Like who?
Like we have Shannon, Lolita.
What did they do?
So they are in the office and they help you from closing or contract to closing. So they're at the computer all day. They're answering any of your questions. They can help you. Let's say you need to know what utility company you go to. They're going to be the ones to just answer it. They're amazing. They know everything and they're great.
Okay, but what on the front end of that do we have? Before we even get to contracts, when we get you on the market, we have an amazing spaceship driver here.
We have Teresa. She's in charge of putting it on the market, and she takes care of that whole side of everything, and she is amazing. We call her Mother Teresa here.
Yes. So she helps us get pictures scheduled.
Mhm.
She makes sure they look really good online as well. She makes sure and she does a little bit extra. She gets us feedback. Like if we can get feedback from buyer agents that show properties and should get feedback. Do you do that all the time?
Yeah.
Yes, you do, because you're a good agent. So she gets the feedback. So, just say we have pink polka dots in the kitchen.
Mhm.
And we need to know where we stand in the market. So Teresa really does step up and let us know, hey, those pink polka dots need to go, guys.
Yeah.
So she might say it a little sweeter than me, but that would be one thing that we have Teresa there. We even have a secret weapon in our office.
So we have ISAs, and we have Renee.
We have the best.
Yeah, we have the best. We have Renee, and she's at the office all day making phone calls for you. And she is amazing.
She's always on the hunt to help our clients, and that's what she does all day long. Emailing, and we heard it this morning, emailing, texting, and calling. That's all she was going to do today, she said. So then what do you think are some of the things we should do to prep our house to sell?
So you need to take all your family pictures out. That's one thing I've been told, because what would you say the reason for that is?
Well, mine's a little security reason. I mean, it makes the house less personable, so buyers can kind of feel themselves in the space and put themselves. But just remember, you're putting your house on 100,000 websites worldwide. Do you really want a picture of your baby or your kids in there with your address below? So I just think, I would take them down for that reason right there. It's just a safety concern, and you just don't want them to know everything about your life. So that would be one thing. What is the first thing you do when you show a house?
What are you trying to get at?
I would walk in. I would open all the windows up and turn on all the lights. So when we're prepping, we want to know that the blinds are clean.
Clean. That's a big thing.
Yeah, because if dust flies out, then that buyer's going to think, how dirty is it? So we do want to declutter, clean up, spruce up. Does it have to be perfect?
No.
No. People understand you still live in a house. So if you leave a coffee mug in the sink that morning by accident, no big deal. Yeah. But you do want to keep things picked up, the clutter out. We have a junk counter, not a drawer. It is
a whole counter.
Well, it migrated out of the drawer up onto the counter. So there's this big pile of paperwork right here. So things like that.
Yeah.
You just don't want it out laying around. And I honestly say prep and put away. Keep an honest man honest is how I would say that, right? If you have very personal things or very valuable to you, it may not even be worth a dime, but it means something to you. Put it away. That way you don't have to worry about it. I find that with my sellers, their teenagers will leave a $10 bill. It was probably $20 bill now, right? They leave that on the countertop. Just take that out. Just put those things away. It's easy for somebody to walk in a room and slide a $20 bill in their pocket, walk out the door, and nobody notice. Now, as agents, what do we do with our clients when we're showing houses?
We walk with the clients. Yes. So we keep our eye on them, and we just make sure nothing's being touched with. We don't want them messing with your stuff,
Right. But we are human. All agents are human, so you don't ever know specifically if we just walk by and slide something by where it's not where we could see.
So we'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yes, so that's why I say prep your house that way too. So that's something else you want to do. I would look for any major deficiencies in the house too, and most agents help you look for that. So if we see major things, I went in one house and they had a big huge sectional, but they had a dog couch behind it.
Mhm.
That might be a little overkill, so we might want to remove that couch too,
Yeah.
right? We don't also need that couch. Just those little things, and we would love to come over and help you. We don't stage. If you need a stager, we'll let you know that. Have you found that vacant houses sell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's strange because everybody thinks that it needs to be staged and all of this. But sometimes houses sell better without things in them altogether because people can fill the space and they can fill it with their stuff and not worry about. Now, does a house have to be vacant to sell? No. People, good agents can help.
Yeah.
Show you, hey, no, you might want to put the couch this way, or for your lifestyle because you got twins. Look at the floor space if you put your couch this way.
Yeah.
So we kind of help in those areas as well. So what about open houses? You talked about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What about open houses?
So open houses, so have you ever looked at the picture online and then you go to the house and it doesn't look like it?
Yeah.
So that's why we have open houses. So you can come into the house and you can actually see the full layout. You can see yourself in it. If it stinks or something, you can know that because you can't smell it from a picture. Right. So open houses are very important. It allows people to come into the home and it allows them to fill it out and see if that's something they really want to be in.
So I know what happens when I hold open houses. How about you? Does it really help sell a house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you meet, when buyers come in or and look in, how do you think they feel? Is it as stressful when they come in?
No, it's not as stressful because they're just in there, they're on their own time. Like usually they'll just go in, walk around, ask whatever questions they need. And it's just easier to show your home off like that. Like you can't see, like it might have the decoration or the wall, I don't know, it might have just something special that you can't see from a picture. So it's just easier.
Yes, I agree. And I know what you're trying to say. And I'm trying to help you say it, but I don't know how to say it either. It's the feel, it's the layout and the feel of the house. Does it really flow for your lifestyle? Because we're going to talk about retirement, right? Lifestyle, which is a little bit different from somebody that has kids. So in a house, in an open house, if we went into it and you had kids and it had 5 bedrooms, amazing, you could see it. But now let me ask you this. If I have 5 kids that now are grown out of my house, and I had all that space, but those rooms were upstairs where I could shut that door off. And so Christmas or holiday times or in summer, the grandkids want to come see me or whatever, I could let them stay up there. But the flow of the downstairs, sometimes it lets you see, right? Oh, I can live here because I don't have to use all of this space all at one time, right? Okay. Let's see. Well, so we talked about pictures. We do professional pictures, and I think they're very important. And then so how do we keep people informed?
Like we said, we're always reaching out, and then we're all on social media, MLS, as well as we're calling people for you. So.
Well, there you go. Yes, and Teresa and your agent will call and talk with you. And do you know when a listing begins and when it ends?
No, I don't. Pam, tell me.
Well, it begins anytime that the seller says, and it can end anytime the seller says. So most people do them for 6 months. If you don't feel like that's a time frame for you, you can make it a shorter period or you can make it a longer period. It just really depends on the seller and what their needs are. That's one thing we make sure we keep up with our sellers as well too. And then any other fees? Do you know what other fees are out there for sellers?
I feel like you might have a better grasp on that.
So, we'll sit down and talk to you about commissions. We will talk to you about closing attorneys because that's one fee that you would have there. Now, as a seller, your closing costs are a lot cheaper than a buyer's closing costs.
Yeah.
They're usually around $1,000. We can sometimes get them lower than that. In the state of Mississippi, you need a termite inspection, okay? And that's the seller cost. Our guy does it for about $65. In Tennessee, it's usually a buyer's responsibility to do it unless it's a VA loan. Then that is a cost that's for the seller. Now in Tennessee, termite inspections are a little higher. They're about $125. Okay, so those are some of the extra costs. And remember, to get it on the market and everything, there's not a lot. There's really no cost. If it doesn't close, there's no money out of your pocket. Just some time and energy. But if we do get it, there's other things to factor in too. So there may be a GFI that is broken that needs to be replaced, right? So we would want to do that to help get that transaction to go ahead and close. There might be some minor repairs, but the thing is that we as the gurus can help you get a pre-home inspection, so we find all of those things out before they actually happen. Okay, so that's something else we want to keep in mind there too. So let's talk about the market. Is now a good time to buy?
Yes, because future mortgage rates will bring more competition, meaning more people are going to be in the market for a home.
Do you know what the market did just this past week?
What did it do?
In Mississippi, we currently have 731 active homes on the market that somebody can buy.
In 1 week?
No, that's current.
Currently, okay.
Currently, if a client came in, all price points, client's going to come in and they're going to look. They're going to have in Mississippi 731 homes to choose from. Last week, 651 were new added to the market, just in 1 week. 464 went pending. They went under contract, and 269 actually closed. Right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of new homes on the market, but really swooped out of the market as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only 100 of that 651 were left. Yeah.
That's
wild. That's wild, isn't it? And then almost over 250 of those closed too. So the market's still moving really fast for a buyer, even with the interest rates being at a 30-year average.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it doesn't matter, I mean, like the rates are up and down and doing different things, people are still buying.
Yeah.
And it's a good time to buy because right now we're seeing we can get some negotiations happening with our sellers. In Tennessee, do you know how many actives we have?
There are 2,715 active homes on the market.
Look at you, smarty pants. Are you looking today? Well, do you know how many news we had?
432 new homes were put on the market in this past week.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How many went under contract?
184.
That is amazing. How many closed?
242 homes in 1 week.
Wow. So the market is still very active,
Mm-hmm.
and buyers, it is still a great time to buy because right now you do have some competition, but you have homes to choose from because they're still going on the market. What about, is it a good time to sell?
Yes, especially if you're in the 200 to 300 range, it's a great time to sell.
That is so true
Mm-hmm.
because that's where most people are most comfortable. Do you know why?
Why?
Because between 200 and 300, your mortgage, your monthly mortgage is cheaper than rent. That's why. Yeah, that's why it is that price range is great price to sell.
And then you're building equity in your own home, and you can take advantage of your equity as well.
So you can upsize or downsize or pay off stuff with that equity. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that you can be doing here lately. All right. So let's ask this. Are you going to retire anytime soon, Ashton?
Not anytime soon.
No, that'd be a question for me.
Yeah.
I would like to retire in the next 10 to 15 years, to be quite honest. I really would love that. But I don't know if that will ever happen. Do you know that from 85 to 2008, the average length of a homeowner was typically stayed in their house for only 6 years? What are they doing now? Do you know?
Now it's rising. The homeowners are living there even longer.
Do you know how much longer?
9.2 years is average right now, but in the past, like you said, it was 6 years.
Yeah. So we are now getting complacent, and I think us retirees are wanting to be retirees. What our problem is you look at all the stuff you've accumulated over the years and you think, I gotta move this. I'm not gonna move this. I don't want to touch this. If y'all saw my attic right now, you'd understand what was going through my mind. So yes, I don't. So retirees they're just staying just a little bit longer each time. And then, so do you know that the reason why the retirees are doing all of that?
Why?
Gaining equity. So do you know that most of the time people gain 3 to 5, a normal market, right? We got to let the pandemic go. But the normal market, do you know what the growth rate is per year?
What is it?
3 to 5%. So when you purchase a house, you're growing your net worth, your equity in your home 3 to 5% per year. Now multiply that times 9 years. It makes a lot of sense to stay, right? Even 6 years. But I still have clients that move in 2 years. So no, it doesn't matter. It's okay however long you stay. But yes, that money gets built up over the length that you've been there.
So what you're saying is you can make money.
You make money by, so I know nothing about the stock market. I don't even know where to start with that one. But I do know real estate. I do know that I can make money year over year. And so it's a safe place for me to put my money. And I need a place to live too, right? I mean, I have to have a roof over my head. Why not make it one of my assets to me to have and to hold that and build my net worth with the house? So you can see since 91 that we've gone up like 300%.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So you've been holding a house since 91.
You're gonna have a lot of equity in your home.
Yes, even in the past 5 years, we went up 58%. Now that's not a normal growth. Honestly, that's not, because of just the pandemic helped push those numbers up. So we should get a little higher here and there. Okay, and then things to consider when you're retiring. Are you going to want to downsize? Are you going to want to keep the same space you want? I'm just going to be honest. We have been talking for the last couple of years about moving and everything. We don't want neighbors. We want a little bit out, but everything we were seeing was 10 acres. Well, I don't want to cut grass. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to spend. My mom and daddy used to do that. They still will. My mom and daddy used to make me cut their grass, but I don't want to sit all weekend and cut
10
grass.
acres.
Yes. And then as soon as you get it done, now you got to start again because it's just so much work to do. So not even if you want to downsize, it's just realizing what do you want out of life. Ashton, I want to travel. I want an RV, and everybody's saying that it's the dumbest thing to do is just stay in a hotel. But I have my 2 little puppies, and I want to take my puppies with me.
Cute though.
Yes, and ride around the country and see all the sights, but have my dogs with me. Now, the only part is it doesn't have a bathtub in there, and I don't like to shower. So that's just me. I know everybody's different, but that's me.
I heard they got some nicer ones.
Yeah, well, I don't know that I have that much equity in my house to be able to buy one of those.
You never know. You know what you should do?
What should I do?
You should reach out to a real estate agent. Not only a real estate agent, a home guru.
Very good. Yes. So just know, what do you want your retirement to look like, and start picturing that. Do you want to travel? Do you want to go see your family? Do you want to have your grandkids with you? What does that lifestyle look like? Because there's so many things, and the gurus can actually help you figure out. Okay, you tell me. Just say that you said, hey, I want to have a very quiet neighborhood. I don't really want a yard. I don't want this, that, and the other. I'm already going to know, Ashton. You want in a 55 plus neighborhood where it stays quiet. You don't have a lot of kids. No thumping music comes through. I kind of know. And then you don't have a yard to maintain. You have walking spaces and common spaces, so you still have outdoor access to enjoy the day, but you don't have the maintenance of that. So there's just different things. And if you talk to one of us gurus, we're actually going to sit down and hear you out, listen to you and what you're wanting your retirement days to look like. And then, so the bottom line about retirement is
retirement can bring about major changes in your life, including what you need from your home. So let's connect, and we can explore the available homes in our area.
Yes. So just remember, inventory is still low, guys, and there's a slight uptick in it. And I think that is because people are seeing that they can get their equity out. I've, I've seen everything under the sun. They need to pay off bills and they want to pull that equity out. So that's something else you might want to do. Or they're retiring and they want to slow down in life and not have to work so hard or upkeep the house as much. And then, do you know what else we see in that's in the market?
New construction.
Well, what's going on in new construction?
They're offering tons of incentives. Like there's a bunch that are offering lower interest rates, as well as offering like to pay the closing cost and stuff like that. What have you heard?
Yes, they are. They do the buy downs. So you can do a 3-2-1 buy down so that the first year. Do you know what a 3-2-1 buy down is?
Yeah.
Okay, explain it to me.
So a 3-2-1 buy down is the first year they buy it down 3 points, second year they buy it down 2 points, and then the third year they buy it down 1 point.
No.
Or nope.
Yeah. No, I'm wrong. I'm over here thinking this. I was thinking 2-1. Yes, they buy the points down here so that when you first get in. And what's the advantage of having buy down points?
It can actually lower your monthly payments.
But what can happen in the next 2 years, 3 years when the points are brought down?
What can happen?
The interest rates can actually drop, so you can refinance.
And we have lenders offering free refinancing.
Yes. So there's different things that you can do in that. So it's a good time to even explore if I can get in. That's the one thing that you need to know. Even if you're selling your current home to downsize, and there's other things that you want to do, if you're retiring, or if you're just buying into the market, there's lots of options that you have out there. You can actually sit down with an agent and we're really good at taking all those little puzzle pieces and putting them together so that we can actually get you the best deal, and put a game plan together so that you know what's going on and are happy at the end of the day. And if we can't come up with a good game plan, what happens then, Ashton?
We're still gonna keep trying, keep following up.
We're gonna keep checking on you, but there's no harm, no foul.
No pressure or anything.
Yeah, you can just come in and talk with us and see what you think. Okay. We don't have any open houses this weekend. No, I think the weather is really what's gotten going on there. And just want to let you know that I've had a great time with you today, Ashton. Have you?
Yeah, I've had an amazing time with you, Pam.
Well, good. I hope that y'all enjoyed us. If y'all have any questions, any concerns, anything, just reach out to us at the Home Gurus of Keller Williams, and we will be glad to help you do anything you need.
Yep. Reach out.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. Sorry. I was just asking you a question.